Coming up on this special edition of OC News, this year's Oscars went out with a bang with many memorable moments, from the powerful Me Too movement to one of the most diverse list of winners.
Plus, who bore it best and who flopped the test. Our fashion police is out in full force and the claws are also out. Yikes.
Want to take a peek at some of this year's most iconic movie costumes? Well, you can, and we'll tell you where.
We've got your all-access pass to an Oscars extravaganza, starting right now.
Thanks for joining us on this special Oscars edition of OC News. I'm Tyra Majors.
And I'm Jessica Lucero. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
You look stunning, Jessica. I just have to ask, where's your dress from? Tell me about it.
Well, thank you. This dress is actually hand-beaded by Louis Vuitton himself.
Oh my goodness.
Can I get an amen?
Okay.
But anyways, what about you? Actually,
Donatella Versace shipped this to me from Italy.
Okay, you one-up me, I get it.
But we both look fabulous.
Yes. Anyways, thank you so much. Are you ready to talk the Oscars?
So
because
ready.
I'm so pumped.
I am so ready. Let's get started, Jessica. Okay, what do a jet ski giveaway, stars parties, crashing a movie screen, and presenters taking jabs at race and gender all have in common?
I have no clue.
Well, they were some of the best moments at this year's Oscars. If you didn't get to catch them live at the Oscars, no worries, because our reporter Cheryl Posadas will fill you in on everything that went down. Cheryl?
Yes, that's right. Jimmy Kimmel hosted his second Oscar Awards and made sure he spoke about the important movements that have been going on in Hollywood. Let's take a look. So a lot happened at the 90th Oscar Awards, which were broadcasted by ABC. Here are the top 7 moments we got for you. Jimmy Kimmel opened up the night by addressing last year's Best Picture mistake and the sexual harassment movements.
This year, when you hear your name called, don't get up right away. The Academy, as you're no doubt aware, took action last year to expel Harvey Weinstein. Harvey deserved it.
At the end of his monologue, he joked about timing everyone's acceptance speech.
Whoever gives the shortest speech tonight will go home with
a brand new jet ski.
But if the winners took too long, Lakeith Stanfield would have to tell them to.
There you go.
During the show, Kimmel enlisted a couple of actors to surprise and thank moviegoers for their constant support.
You are live on the Oscars right now.
Lupita and Kumail took some time to honor dreamers in a moving speech.
Dreams are the foundation of Hollywood, and dreams are the foundation of America.
Frances McDormand made what some are calling the most powerful speech of the night, giving a call to action to include more women in films. Tiffany Haddish and Maya Rudolph stole the show with their hilarious shot at the Oscars So White campaign.
When we came out together, we know some of you were thinking, are the Oscars too black now?
Don't worry, there are so many more white people to come.
Could they possibly be next year's Oscar hosts? We'll have to wait and see. If someone starts a petition to get Tiffany and Maya to host next year's Oscars, I will be the first one to sign that list. Let us know in the comments what you think were the best moments of the Oscars. That's all I have for you today. Back to you, ladies.
Next, we're talking about all the Oscars winners and the messages they brought. That's right, this year, Hollywood's Best brought up social issues that have been exposed. Mark Shamali has more. Let's take a look.
The right envelope was given to Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway this time for the biggest award of the night.
I like to see my name coming up.
And the Oscar goes to
The Shape of Water.
Guillermo del Toro's film The Shape of Water leads the wins this year, bringing home 4 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. Frances McDormand won the award for Best Actress for her role in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
So I'm hyperventilating a little bit. If I fall over, pick me up because I've got some things to say.
It was the speech she made, however, that has everybody talking. Her speech made it impossible to ignore the power of women in Hollywood. Gary Oldman earned the award for Best Lead Actor for his role as Winston Churchill in the film Darkest Hour. Allison Janney won Best Supporting Actress for her role in I, Tonya. History was made when Jordan Peele became the first black person to win Best Original Screenplay for his film Get Out.
I thought no one would ever make this movie,
Coco won the award for Best Animated Feature Film and Best Original Song. The winners spoke about the meaning of the film and how it relates to today's society. Recently retired NBA star Kobe Bryant is still making the moves of a champion, this time winning the Oscar for Best Animated Short called Dear Basketball. It was quite an eventful award ceremony this year, especially when it comes to social issues. I'm Mark Chamali reporting for OC News.
One of the big winners of the night was Disney Pixar's Coco, a tale of a young boy who follows his dreams even if it takes him to forbidden places, like the land of the dead. Our reporter Jory gives us a preview of the film and the awards it took home.
Disney Pixar's Coco is the story of Miguel Riviera, a young boy from the town of Santa Cecilia, Mexico, who has always dreamed of becoming a great musician like the famous Ernesto de la Cruz. His family hates music ever since Miguel's great-great-grandfather abandoned the family to pursue his music career. To prove his love of music, Miguel steals De La Cruz's guitar from his memorial and accidentally transports himself to the land of the dead, where he sees his beloved family members. Miguel runs into the hilarious Hector, who is trying to go to the land of living to see his family. The two embark on a grand adventure and find the true origins of Miguel's family history. Coco is a groundbreaking Disney Pixar movie. This is the first Pixar film to feature Hispanic characters. When Coco opened in theaters in Mexico, it became the highest-grossing film in the country's history. The film has grossed over $740 million in the worldwide box office. The film has reached so many people that Los Angeles even declared February 27th Coco Day. Coco won Best Picture and Best Song in the 90th Oscar celebration Sunday night.
And the Oscar goes to Mexico, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez for Remember Me. Coco.
You can watch Coco on Blu-ray and DVD today.
I actually didn't see Coco yet, but it looks super cute. Disney always does a good job with their movies, but did you see it?
I have seen it, and you know what? My favorite part about the movie is everyone loves it no matter what age they are. Like, it's a cartoon, but whether you're in your 70s or you're a child, you love this movie.
Of course.
And it just talks about such great things like Dia de los Muertos. It really opens your eyes. Speaking of which, the exposure of harassment in Hollywood has quickly transformed into a cultural movement in a matter of months. Our reporter Terry Gaines shows us how the movement was discussed on the industry's big night.
Stars continue to show their support for the Time's Up movement at Sunday's Academy Awards, with many avoiding E-host Ryan Seacrest amid sexual misconduct allegations levied against him by his former stylist. E reportedly implemented a 30-second delay, which would allow the network to censor any comments regarding the alleged misconduct. E refused to confirm the delay and said it's, quote, business as usual, end quote. Salma Hayek, Ashley Judd, and Annabella Shora, three of producer Harvey Weinstein's accusers, introduced the Time's Up montage during the show, featuring actors, directors, and other industry insiders giving their take on the year's numerous allegations. Frances McDormand, who won Best Actress for her performance in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, used her speech to rally the female nominees and call for greater diversity in Hollywood.
If I may be so honored to have all the female nominees in every category stand with me in this room tonight. The actors, Meryl, if you do it, everybody else will, come on. The filmmakers, the producers, the directors, the writers, the cinematographer, the composers, the songwriters, the designers.
McDormand mentioned inclusion riders at the end of her speech, which would involve actors' contracts demanding diversity both on camera and behind the scenes. I'm Terry Gaines with OC News.
Novel-turned-movie Call Me By Your Name created major Oscar buzz after its release and has definitely become one of the must-see films of the season. Let's take a look.
Professor Perlman.
Call Me By Your Name received major critical acclaim after its premiere at the Sundance Film Festival and was up for a total of 3 nominations at the 90th Academy Awards. The coming-of-age drama directed by Luca Guadagnino is based on the 2007 novel of the same name, written by Andre Aciman. Set in the summer of 1983 in northern Italy, the story follows the romance between 17-year-old Elio Perlman, who falls for a student, Oliver, played by Armie Hammer, who is interning for Elio's father. The two begin an intense affair over the course of the summer that explores first love and expands on the LGBTQ conversation.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.
Timothée Chalamet has also received praise for his portrayal of Elio and is the third youngest nominee for Best Actor at the Academy Awards since 1939. James Ivory won an Oscar for Best Writing Adapted Screenplay for the film and became the oldest overall Oscar winner in the Academy's history.
Whether we're straight or gay or somewhere in between, we've all gone through first love, I hope, and come out the other side mostly intact.
Other nominations included Best Actor for Timothée Chalamet and Best Picture. Luca Guadagnino has already confirmed a sequel for the film that has fans excited. This is Clarissa Rico.
There was controversy in Hollywood this weekend over the lack of Latino diversity in the Oscar nominations. It sparked a protest the day before the big ceremony, but this isn't the first time that the awards show has sparked backlash. For the past 2 years, the African American community has boycotted the Oscars, and this year, the Hispanic community took their own stand. Our reporter Jessica Cardenas was at the scene and tells us what happened.
We have the talent. Hire us Latinos.
Demonstrators.
Hire us Latinos.
Demanding inclusion.
Hire us Latinos.
From an industry that has excluded them for decades. In the wake of the Oscars So White controversy, activists took the streets of Hollywood, protesting the glaring absence of Latino representation from the film industry just a day before the Oscars.
We buy most of the movie tickets. As a community, we deserve to be represented. We deserve to play an important part in this industry.
More than 100 activists united in front of the Dolby Theater, calling attention to the lack of Latino diversity in Hollywood productions.
Oscar so white. We're 3% on screen. 3% on screen. It just doesn't make sense.
The pre-Oscar protest is part of the National Hispanic Media Coalition's ongoing efforts to increase positive media portrayals and employment for Latinos in mainstream films.
It's about representation. It's about kids, brown children growing up seeing that they can be the president or a doctor or the attorney and not just, the stereotypical roles we're given.
We are so tired of being portrayed in Hollywood in very demeaning roles.
But regardless of their loyalty to the box office, it has been 17 years since a Latino actor won an Oscar and 6 years since one was even nominated. The lack of on-screen opportunities have urged activists to pressure studios on diversifying representation in the industry.
For us to unite, realize the power and the potential that we have.
So all of our nominees.
The absence of Latino nominees in any acting category during Sunday night's ceremony has struck a movement, a group that is relentlessly urging for change.
We have the power too. We have to demand change, but we also have to be the change.
That's a great story. With all of that said and done, activists are now following their movement by pressuring the 6 main studios to work with them. The studios, if the studios refuse to do so, they say they'll nationally boycott one of them.
And speaking of diversity, hashtag Oscars So White has been another trending topic on social media. Our reporter Miri Sonata went to Hollywood to get people's take on the issue.
Diversity in Hollywood controversy became a bigger issue since Oscars didn't have any black nominees for Best Actor and Actress in 2014 and 2015.
I'm here at 2018 Academy Awards. I'm here to ask people about diversity in Hollywood.
I don't think it's really diverse. It is still a lot of Caucasian, white, and men-oriented, and a certain religion that I don't want to say, Jewish. And I think it should be more diverse in the sense of I don't see any Latinos in there, as in someone who tried to get in there and it didn't work out, but I'm not bitter. But at the same time, it's like more women. There's a great women actors, great women cinematographers, directors that are not being accepted.
It's good to see that finally there's more than white people in the movies. Finally, they allowed the Hispanic people like me to be in the movies and to show and let us win an award. And now finally the black people are also getting in and getting the awards they deserve.
Times with diversity in the movies, it's all political. Because I've actually watched movies that they're not that good. But they give it to the gay guy that just came out, or they give it to the woman, even though it's not like the best movie or performance.
While most people believe that diversity has improved, others still think Hollywood has a long way to go.
We're doing it.
What are you doing, Jessica?
Hello. Don't you ever wonder how stars stay fit? Well, after the break, we're gonna fill you in on the secret diet and exercise tips to get you red carpet ready.
I'm ready. Also, what's a fab dress without the shimmer and glow? Coming up, we have the best beauty hacks to replicate a glam Hollywood look. You're hilarious.
That's what I was trying to say. I was like, I'm moving.
The places we will go. We are perfect forever.
Behind every seat is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Okay, we've seen the winners. We've seen the best moments. Now, let's roll out the red carpet for what topics are trending at the Oscars.
What's up, everyone? So many moments blew me away during the Oscars. We got the oohs, the ahs, and the uh-ohs for what happened that night. Here's the rundown for the latest trends at the Oscars.
The Academy Awards were buzzing all over the internet, from the elegant and bold fashion statements to the most talked about celebrities. So grab a glass and relax, because here is the latest rundown for the most talked about trends at the Academy Awards. Can you guess the trending colors appearing at the Oscars? It's nude and white, which is a lighter choice of color from the red carpet blackouts at the Golden Globes. From Jane Fonda's long sleeve white gown to Gina Rodriguez sparkling in her nude dress, these celebrities sure know how to make a statement. But what were some of the fashion statements that stood out? How could we ever forget about Adam Rippon rocking a harness on the red carpet? That's right, you heard it correctly. The Olympic athlete strutted a black leather harness underneath his tuxedo. Talk about a fashion killer statement. But what celebrities were being talked about? I mean, besides the ones that actually won an Oscar? Well, there were also unforgettable moments of celebrities who attended in the audience. What was all the buzz on Jennifer Lawrence? Or was she the one buzzed? Lawrence was seen juggling a glass of white wine while stepping over a seat. And fans were amazed that she didn't spill a single drop. Talk about a woman with many talents.
Well, those were the top trending topics at the Oscars. Back to you, ladies.
And one movie that has taken social media by storm and has been trending all this month is Marvel's Black Panther. Let's take a look.
Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
Marvel's Black Panther is breaking the mold for superhero movies. It's unlike anything we've seen and is a signal that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is taking a step towards the future.
We are home.
The movie picks up right after the events of Captain America's Civil War, with T'Challa, or Black Panther, played by Chadwick Boseman, heading back to his home in Wakanda, Africa to take over the throne. Wakanda is a secret country hidden away with technology far more advanced than the rest of the world. The one who wants to expose it is Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment.
See, it's hard to hate him because of Jordan's charismatic charm that shines through even though he's playing the antagonist. Killmonger is one of the most complex and interesting villains Marvel has had. You kind of see his point in all this. He wants to use the technology to right the wrongs in the outside world. Does that mean killing people in the process? Well, sure, but whatever gets the job done, right? Black Panther is able to take a look at identity in a way unlike the previous Marvel movies. What does the Black Panther owe to the world who enslaved their own people or colonized their own country? It's an interesting take, one that Marvel hasn't been able to do since most of their superheroes are white and American. But let's talk about the real heroes in this movie, the women. Wakanda's army is called the Dora Milaje, which is made up of all women. Basically, they're Marvel's answers to DC's Amazonians and Wonder Woman, but with cannon blaster spears. The backdrop is a visual mix of old world and futuristic feels to the city. You'd think the two might clash, but it actually works well thanks to the realism brought into the design. Black Panther is a game changer for Marvel. It's thought-provoking, visually stunning, and an all-around good time. Superheroes are meant to be the best of us and are now starting to represent all of us. So go out and see Black Panther!
No, I loved Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it twice. Those Wakanda female warriors are just so fierce.
Oh yeah, I agree. I was just so jealous at how fit they were.
Oh,
Speaking of
sweet.
which, I mean, do you ever think about how celebrities stay fit and get ready for the red carpet? I do plenty of, squats, cardio and whatnot, but I can never just catch up to their speed. We're gonna send it over to Regina, who gives us a glimpse at how to be prepared for this award show.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Well, while getting ready for the Oscars is no easy task, celebrities are busy juicing and dieting to get in red carpet shape. I'm going to give you guys some helpful training tips that can prepare you to look fierce and famous on your next night out.
As the Sparkle Award season approaches and Hollywood celebrities prepare for their big Oscar night, the elite training of juice diets, spray tan appointments, Botox, and of course, extra trainer sessions follow with them. Today, I will be giving you the inside scoop on how to prepare before a night on the red carpet. First, I'll start off with a juice cleanse.
What we're gonna do is a pineapple ginger juice cleanse. People like to get the pre-made shots, but it's so easy to do. It's only 3 ingredients. First, we're gonna start with our pineapple. We're gonna cut our pineapple. Alright, so now that we've cut our pineapple, we're just gonna pour it in the blender. Okay. This pineapple ginger cleansing juice is loaded with anti-inflammatory, digestive boosting, and liver cleansing properties. It's a fresh juice blend made with pineapple, ginger root, and water. It's both delicious and super nutritious. That is, if you can stand the taste of ginger. After that's out of the way, some killer workout sessions with your trainer is exactly what is recommended to be one step closer to looking Oscar ready. And once I have tightened my glutes, the next step before applying any makeup is to clean those thick, dark eyebrows. Once those eyebrows are shaved and your body is fit and ready, there's only one thing left. Now you're officially Oscar ready.
Well, after that workout, I'm still sore, but I guess beauty is painful. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys.
I really enjoyed watching that. Those are some great tips. Thank you, Regina. Well, getting fit is very important for the Oscars, but let's be honest. Nothing is complete without a fab mug. I am talking about your makeup, of course, and our reporter, Emma Perla, gives us tips on how to get that red carpet glow.
What is up, everyone? It's your girl, Emma Perla. As you know, the Oscars were this weekend, and my ultimate favorite look was Zendaya. She gave us Hollywood glam, so I decided to do a little tutorial. Let's get started. We start off with the eyebrows. I already filled them in, but it is very important to brush them out for a natural look. Then you're gonna clean up the eyebrows with concealer. After moisturizing and priming, apply small dots of foundation and blend thoroughly. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I used the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. We start off with the transition color. This will help the blending process with the darker shades that follow. We continue with the second shade. This darker shade goes on the outer part of your eyelid and you blend really close to your brow bone. And now my favorite part, a little shimmer. This chocolate brown definitely does the job. We can't forget our best friend, bronzer. Everyone needs a bit of glow. Highlight those cheekbones. Throw on some fancy earrings, put on some lip gloss, and you are ready for the Oscars.
You know, something about watching a makeup tutorial just is so soothing to me.
I know what you mean.
But anyway, stars, they try their best to avoid fashion mishaps, but sometimes they just fall short. Up next, we'll discuss the night's best and worst looks in our Fashion Police segment.
And it's not just the women who strive for iconic looks. Coming up, we have advice from an e-news expert on how men can get in on the action and can also dress to impress.
Can we get strawberries?
Okay.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
A gripping war film had audiences torn. Some would call it the most impressive visual spectacle of the year, while others hold the movie in contempt for its dragging storyline. Let's see how The Dark Knight and Inception director Christopher Nolan did with his new film at this year's Oscars.
You can practically see it from here. What? Home.
This is Dunkirk. The film was based on a crucial event that occurred during World War II from May to June in 1940s France. The story follows 3 perspectives that illustrate the efforts made to bring the stranded Allied troops back across the Strait of Dover to save them from annihilation. The efforts all clash together for one moment that takes the entirety of the movie to arrive at. The first perspective, The Air, follows a talented pilot played by Tom Hardy as he battles to protect the stranded troops from aerial runs at the widely unprotected beach. The second perspective, The Mole, was in reality a week-long event that follows 2 soldiers played by Harry Styles and Fionn Whitehead as they face shipwreck, drowning, burning, and enemy fire. The last perspective, The Sea, is a brave call to action by a harbor captain, his son, and his son's mate as they head for the shores of Dunkirk to give the Allied troops safe passage home. Despite the compelling perspectives, a top-tier performance by Tom Hardy, and stunning cinematography, the film failed to win Best Picture. Nolan's most ambitious film yet was a contender in almost every category, but the film won 3 awards, 1 in editing, and 2 in arguably the most immersive part of the film. Its sound. Despite Nolan's incredible vision for movies, he will have to wait for his next film for a chance at his first Oscar.
Okay, I have a statement to make. Okay. A fashion statement. A-list celebrities stepped up their style game at this year's Oscars. New trends emerged at the Academy Awards, ranging from gold to bold. The biggest night in Hollywood had heads turning, and our own Shannon McKercher has more.
Just like prom for movie stars, the Academy Awards is Hollywood's most glamorous event. Fashion has become a means of statement. It's not just about who celebrities are wearing, but what it stands for. The Academy Awards brought the best of the best in the glamorous gowns, along with a few new fashion statements.
Celebrities brought their A game this year on the red carpet. I have the inside scoop with stylists to help me find the perfect dress for my red carpet look. Follow me. My stylist, he is going to help me become red carpet ready. How long have you been styling for?
5 years.
5 years,
Yes.
so he is an expert.
Crisp white gowns gave us a serious bridal inspiration. The trend was all about being head to toe in white. At the 2018 Oscars, celebrities put their best shoulder forward during the ceremony.
So these dresses inspired on the building Empire State from New York.
Yeah.
So all these details are inspired on the building. And the bottom, as you can see, is kind of see-through. It's pretty fun.
I love it.
Yes.
So this is the dress that I'm choosing for my red carpet look. I'm gonna walk right out the store with this. I'll see you guys later.
Tyra, the red carpet is known for having some of the hottest trends, and while some celebrities were setting them, others were falling behind.
A little bit, that's right. And now we're going to send it off to our very own fashion police while they fill us in on the loudest fashion statements of the night.
Hello everyone and welcome to a special edition of OC News Fashion Police, where we will discuss the best and worst looks that walked down the red carpet the night of the Oscars. I'm Alyssa Ruiz.
And I'm Emma Perla.
And I'm Gabriela Castanilla. I'm Claire Tsirico. All right, so let's start this off. Emma, favorite look of the night?
Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna have to say the girl on fire, Jennifer Lawrence. She just looks so amazing. She dazzled in this gold Christian Dior dress. She's everything. I mean, she just slays me, and I'm just so glad she's over the whole bridal gown look. It shows her slender figure, a perfect fit, and it says, yeah, and you know, it just says, I'm Jennifer Lawrence, I'm here to party and have a good time.
Oh, of course.
And she always does it right, you know.
Her hair, though.
Oh,
yes.
perfect, gorgeous.
Yeah,
her
loved
makeup
her hair.
was beautiful
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Her dress definitely matches her personality, stands out,
Yeah.
just like her.
Just like her.
She's like the queen of
I
all the
love her.
parties.
She just
Can
doesn't
we
even care what
disagree?
people think.
No, she doesn't.
It's the life of the party.
And that's why everyone loves her. And while I do agree with you, I'm going to have to say that I still think my favorite look from the night was the gorgeous Gina Rodriguez. The Jane the Virgin actress wore a stunning Zuhair Murad gold dress with a sparkle accent, and I'm a huge fan of her and I completely adore her, but I adore her even more in the gown. The color was lovely and it complemented her entirely. The deep V-line, oh my god, it showed just enough skin to keep it young and fresh, but it was still elegant enough for the red carpet. The rest of the gown flowed nicely too, and overall she looked pretty amazing. You could tell also by watching her on the carpet that she really loved the dress just as much as everyone enjoyed looking at her in it. And between her smile and her wearing that dress, I think that she was the hottest one on the carpet by far.
She looked gorgeous. That dress, like, she looked like a princess. Like,
that's what I was
want to wear
thinking.
that dress. I want to feel like a princess.
Gina Rodriguez does no wrong in my eyes.
Absolutely.
She's definitely killing it for the Latinas out there, making us proud on the screen and on the carpet, girl. We slay. Yes, I love her.
She looked amazing, just the bedazzles and just perfect in every way. I loved it. I loved it.
Queen.
Everything complimented it. Yeah, she'd do no wrong.
So who was your favorite? I mean,
All right, yes. Although I have to agree with you, I definitely love those two looks. But you guys, my favorite was hands down Nicole Kidman. Okay, she wore a blue Armani Privé and absolutely stunned the red carpet. You guys, I am not kidding. When I say I screamed when I first saw this look, I was just that blown away by how amazing she looked. Like, she killed it head to toe, like always. The fit of the dress was just impeccable. The color against her skin was amazing. And that bow just like screams drama, but like the perfect amount. And you know, to finish it off, that slit. Just everything about that look I loved.
Okay, so you said that you screamed at the dress. I screamed too, but in horror, because that bow honestly was way too much for me.
No,
the color, okay, I love the color and I love her makeup. I think that she absolutely looks beautiful. But the bow, what was she thinking?
No, it looks good.
Too much of a statement.
No, it was the perfect
We have
amount.
to disagree because
Yes, we
that
have to
was
disagree.
gorgeous.
We'll agree to disagree, yes, because we need to move on.
That was super classy.
No,
Yeah.
she wasn't nominated tonight, but she definitely, all eyes were definitely on her for that dress.
Oh, loved it.
I loved it. I think all these ladies deserve an Oscar, honestly, for just slaying that red carpet, but I definitely have to include Lupita Nyong'o to our list.
Yes.
She was looking like a straight-up queen in her custom Versace gown. I love the one shoulder strap that just resembled a dress made for a goddess, and man, does she look like a goddess. Not to mention the color was beautiful against her complexion. I also heard her hairstyle was inspired by a traditional Rwandan hairstyle that really complemented the overall look.
Yes.
Lupita not only kills it on the screen, but she kills it on the carpet. What did you guys think about this outfit?
I thought she looked gorgeous.
Yes.
Stunning. Oh, I love the fit of it too. Like, oh, it was just beautiful. And like you said, I love like the detail about the hair too.
Yeah,
I loved it.
You could
really
see
special.
her figure. Like you could tell
Yes.
she works out, or she's just like, or is she just blessed? We don't know, but she looks amazing.
I think it's blessed.
And she was honestly glowing, like you guys
She
said.
was.
She was glowing, and
She looked amazing.
yeah.
Yes, we compliment all these women. They
Yes,
look gorgeous,
they all
but
did
we
great.
have to agree that our worst dress was definitely the
Say
beautiful
it, say
Salma
it.
Hayek. Like this Gucci dress.
So bad.
No, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
The
goodness.
color, like no, too much sequins. It looks like a little kid's like princess party. But she did redeem herself later on in at the Vanity Fair party with this Gucci two-piece, which I personally loved. What did you guys think? Did she redeem herself?
No, she did not.
I think she did.
No, she did not.
Okay, I want to hear your opinion.
Both dresses were so bad. So bad. I don't know whoever styled her that night, but they need to think of maybe a career change.
Let's talk about it. She's wearing $4 million worth of jewelry,
$4
so
million
she
and
wins.
you couldn't get it right.
She wins.
That's insane.
She just wins.
I didn't know that. I thought that she redeemed herself in
bad.
that Gucci two-piece. I
No.
loved her in it. I think that against her
the
skin,
Gucci.
the color looked beautiful, but the pinata-looking dress and like it just, it was offensive. I was offended, to be honest. It was bad. It was so
I
bad.
have to agree with you. I didn't like either of them. The second one was definitely like an upgrade, but it was still not my favorite. I think she could have done like way better.
It was much better than the first
I don't
one.
know if there was
second
like
one
a
was
theme she was
perfect.
going for, but
Maybe.
it did not work.
But for $4
Take a
million,
look at the print. It's super cute, like the Gucci print.
Like the
close
snake
up,
skin
it's so cute.
type of.
I did
like the way
at the
both dresses-
shoulders.
Yeah,
the
the shoulders.
shoulders.
Very, like straight and
I love the
Not a
cropped look,
fan.
but then you couldn't even see like
All
the
right,
crop
this
because it was
is
just.
we're gonna be
so-
partial. We're gonna be
so
partial.
bad.
Half and half.
Go on forever.
we'll
We
leave
could
it
go
at
on
that.
That's all I have for you for the best dress and the worst from the Oscars. See you guys next time. I'm Gabriela Castaneda.
I'm Puerto Rico.
I'm Emma Perla.
And I'm Alyssa Ruiz. This has been fun, but we'll take it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, ladies. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, poor Salma, but I mean, you can't nail it every time. But do you agree with what they had to say? Who do you think was your worst?
I mean, I thought everyone at the Oscars looked amazing. I really didn't have a worst dress, but my favorite was also probably Gina Rodriguez. She looked amazing. Princess in full effect. I loved it.
And she's got the greatest body for that.
Definitely.
She just pulled it
was
off.
perfect. Nailed it. Well, the men in Hollywood always look good, and at the Oscars, they definitely have to take it up a notch. Tony Pham takes a look at the swagger they brought to the red carpet.
I'm feeling myself. I'm definitely feeling myself as these actors did at the 9th Oscars. We have the fashion trends for men this year on the carpet right here, right now. Let's take a look.
The 90th Oscars was a huge success, with celebrities looking their best and the men were looking on point. For men, the trend is usually to wear a suit, opting for the more formal tuxedo look. However, many celebrities like to play with their colors in their suit so they can add a little personality in their wardrobe. Remember, accessories are a must to top off the whole outfit. Look for a nice watch, bow tie, or even cufflinks to bring the whole style together. Even play around with the shoes to add a little different feel to your wardrobe. I decided to get in the Oscar festivities myself and put together a traditional, all-black Armani suit. I wanted to make sure I blended in with all the other A-listers on the red carpet. I got a chance to catch up with Bori, an e-stylist, and asked her what she thought on this year's trends were for men.
I thought the biggest trend was I saw a lot of men wearing velvet, so there's texture in a lot of the tuxedos that were on the carpet this year. Another thing that I noticed a lot of too was there was a lot of men, especially African American men, wearing things of their culture. So a lot of Africana influence, which is really, really cool to see.
The men this year looks phenomenal. Of course, they're celebrities, they always do. Let's take a look at what a few of them wore. For the most part, many of them went for the classic tux look. What's in style this year was definitely velvet. That's it for this year's Oscars. Until next year.
My boy Tom Holland rocking that double-breasted suit looked phenomenal. That's it for this year's trends at the Oscars. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Tony. And I must say, you're looking very sharp this evening. Ever wanted to see the costumes of your favorite movies up close? Our reporter Emma Perla takes us to a museum full of them.
The FIDM Museum and Galleries is hosting its 26th annual exhibition of motion picture costume designs. What would a film be without a costume designer? The gallery has the actual costumes worn on the set of the most popular movies of 2017, including some nominated for the Academy Award in Costume Design. The films nominated are Phantom Thread by Mark Bridges, Beauty and the Beast, designed by Jacqueline Duran, and the film Victoria and Abdul, costume designed by Consolata Boyle.
I was the best figure skater in the world.
Nominated for actress in a leading role is Margot Robbie in I, Tonya. The designs were emulated from those worn by the controversial figure skater Tonya Harding. Wonder Woman broke box office records with more than 800 million made worldwide. The film didn't get an Oscar nomination, but you can take a close look at the actual costume. This museum is filled with mannequins true to the size of the actors portraying the characters. Evil clown Pennywise came back to haunt children in the It remake. You can see the details on his sleeve. Candy to lure in his victims. The museum is open to the public and you can come admire and sketch out the designs used in the biggest films of 2017. Star Wars The Last Jedi, Lady Bird, Dunkirk, The Greatest Showman, Jumanji, and many more. The museum is open through April 7th, where you can come take a close look at Oscar-nominated costume designs. I'm Emma Perla for OC News.
You can check out all those costumes through the end of the month at FIDM. Now, speaking of which, Tyra, what was your favorite part of the Oscars?
Now, Jessica, this Oscars was just an amazing show. I loved all of it, but my favorite part was probably when Jordan Peele, director of Get Out, won Best Screenplay. That movie was just awesome.
So good.
Did you see it? Yeah. So what was your favorite part?
Oh, and how they had him in the back just screaming, "Get out!"
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was so funny. My favorite part was actually just overall how empowering it was for women that, you know, that have been a part of the production of all these movies and everything else. So, you know, speaking of which, I just want to take a second to thank all the women that have been a part of all the OC News productions, whether you've been on camera, whether you've helped with writing, the production, everything. We just want to take a second to say thank you to all of you in honor of National Women's History Month. But that's all we have for this week's special edition of the Oscars of OC News.
Be sure to follow all the latest news at OC News CSUF. Have a good night.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.